Hi guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show or Living with Lucy. I honestly still feel like I'm just gonna be saying that my channel is called the Lucy Show for YouTube, but like all my other usernames are still Living with Lucy. So if you're new here, just look down in the description and then find all my other platforms. Welcome, smash the like button as usual. This is our Christmas countdown. I'm sorry I started so late. I was like doing just a whole bunch of crazy stuff all day and then dancing around yesterday at the Grove. So yeah, that's mainly my Christmas. Well, I'm excited to count down for, I guess, the West Coasters because it's already Christmas on the East Coast. I guess it's 11:45 right now on the West Side, and we're just gonna count down together for Christmas. Christmas is definitely one of my favorite holidays ever. Not about the gifts, but just like the vibe, the giving season, and really just another excuse. Like, I feel like the way I look at things for a while now is just like pretty much I look at Valentine's Day and nearly every single holiday as like, okay, is this going to boost the economy? Like, I kind of just look at everything like, okay, so we do this to boost sales, right? Like, mainly we boost sales, or it's just really good for businesses. And now that I have my own small little businesses, my own little e-commerce shops, I understand how important this is. It's like my whole life I've been looking at it like, oh, for Christmas, um, and like the whole concept of like getting married and a diamond ring and all that stuff is just really propelling this like long business of just making people buy more stuff, like more reasons to buy stuff. But then when you're playing for the other side of like you're running your own business, it's like, yeah, it's kind of nice to have these things. Hi there, RJM. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Did you get your original channel restored? So, yeah, I think it's really funny that I keep getting people because like I see that there's a lot of people that like I guess have my the YouTube video that I did on this channel complaining about how I lost my channel, and they'll see that, and I feel like people are confused because they don't know that this is my second channel. So people are like, "Oh, she's complaining that she lost her channel, but like there's her channel, like she still has her channel." I don't know if I was just bad at explaining it or something, but no, I never got my main channel back. This doesn't taste really good, by the way, but I tried. It's not alcohol. I think I did a stream where I told you guys that I'm trying to quit alcohol, as in, like, I never really drank that much alcohol anyways, but whenever I go to parties, I, like, go overboard, and then the most recently, I kind of ruined my friend's bed, uh, just puked all over it. So I am trying to quit alcohol so I don't go overboard when I go to parties. But anyways, no alcohol in here. Sorry if I grossed you out with my puking story. It's just cranberry juice, but like the no non-sweet cranberry juice. Do you like my hat? It's my poop. It's that poop emoji Christmas hat. It kind of reminds me of like a Harry Potter hat for some reason. But anyways, this is cranberry juice, but it's not sweet. So then I try to add this strawberry peach lemonade thing in it, like about this much of strawberry peach lemonade and just this much of non-sweet cranberry juice, but it's still super sour, but it's fine. Hi there, Michael, JJ, Alan, welcome. Merry Christmas style. Yes. How are all of you guys? I want to know if you did anything or interesting for Christmas. I don't think I really did. I just had interesting things happen on Christmas, or I guess today. So share with me if you got some interesting things happening, or if you did something special for someone for Christmas, or if you're late to my stream and it's already over, let me know down in the comment section below how you celebrated it. Anything interesting pop up? See anything interesting? I'd love to hear it. I didn't really do anything crazy to celebrate it, by the way. If you saw my short videos, I just went to the Grove. Then I just danced around and had coffee late at night, which is probably not helping with the fact that I'm sleeping at 5 a.m. every day. By the way, if you do live in SoCal or like you plan on coming here, and you're at the Grove, which I think is fantastic during the holidays, if you miss it this year, then you can go next year. I think the Grove is like one of the best places to go to for like holiday spirit. Like everyone's so happy there. At least I felt like everyone was really happy there yesterday when I went. They got fake snow on and off. It's not like I forgot that there was fake snow. So it was like nice to be surprised again because I haven't gone to the Grove for like around the holiday time for a while. And I remember just like the first time I realized there was fake snow there, I'm like, "Oh, that's cute." Um, it's just like little bubbles. But yeah, they have it like I don't know when they started that actually, but it's kind of the same setup nearly every year. They have like the reindeer, Santa Claus, sleigh, like a huge thing across. And last night, like I took pictures of like the moon just kind of behind the Santa Claus sleigh and it was just so beautiful and they have the waterworks as usual. It's just a beautiful place. I think the same person who designed the Grove is the same person, same architect, I want to say, that designed Americana Brand, I think, but I like the Grove better. I got a new computer for Christmas. Swagmaster says, nice. That's lovely. I got a new Christmas this year already, so I'm not getting another computer anytime soon. I would like a new phone if Apple would come up with a new phone that's much, much different from this one. Um, Speaking of which, I already talked about this, but I'm kind of still bummed out about it. I love my case now, but I bought a new case and I messed up because this is a 14 Plus Pro, but then I bought a 13 Plus Pro. And I haven't tried to see if a 14 Plus Pro would fit into a 13 Plus Pro case. I don't think so because I feel like that would be Apple making it way too easy on all of us. And then we wouldn't have to buy another case. So it probably won't fit. And I'm probably going to have to try and sell it or whatever. But be careful when you're buying cell phone cases to double check. Just spend the time to double check. I usually double check everything. So I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for not double checking the fact that I had the right design when I bought it. But I think it's also me just overlooking things when something's cheap because like the case that I paid for is like under $5. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I'm probably right, but I should not ever assume. When you assume, you make an ASS out of you and me, is the saying. Merry Christmas style. Michael Dolan, welcome. Style cool. I hope I said hi, Six Lens. Oh, so I want to tell you guys about this. Okay, so I took a picture because I don't know why YouTube never shows me my titles, but I always forget to mention every little thing in my little streams. So I'm gonna start off with crypto. Okay, yes. So I want to talk about crypto first. I don't know about you guys, but okay, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll and see if you guys are buying or you're not buying. I have not done a poll. Okay, start a poll. Are you buying crypto? And this is so terrible because I always do this where I knew for obviously 2022, the end of 20 yeah, the end of 2022 was probably the best time to really buy anything because everything was so cheap, right? Like especially knowing right after FTX failed, it's like everything was so cheap. And then it got more and more expensive, and now I'm just kind of buying along with the rest of the train and obviously I regret not buying more last year, but I have been dabbing into more crypto and I hope it's not a mistake, but time will tell. So I want to know what you guys are doing. Are you doing strike options for crypto? I have never done an options anything for crypto. I've never done it. I have only just straight up bought crypto in my life. I've only done options for stocks. So let me know if you guys are doing that and what you're doing it for. But we got 67% of the chat over here also buying crypto. What was I say? I did not buy Solana, but I'm so annoyed that I didn't buy Solana because now I have to hear my SO talk about the fact that he bought Solana last year around, I think, November. And then he told me he got it for like under $15 or something like that, or around $15. And I didn't know he bought it. And even if I knew he bought it, it doesn't mean just because somebody else bought it that I would buy it too. But it's at $113 right now. And it's at number 4 on the coin market cap, which is just absolutely insane. It is up 63% just in the last 7 days. Our global crypto market cap right now is 1.67 trillion. So it's like more than halfway there. and Bitcoin at 43. It's kind of just been sitting at 43 for a while. Ethereum could do honestly so much better in my opinion. Still at 22. I feel like at this, I hope for the first 3 months of 2024, I really hope that Ethereum at least touches $3,000. But that's wishful thinking. USDT is still number 3, which in my opinion, like I told you guys, I feel like if USDT doesn't go down to number 4, meaning Solana would have to beat it. So Solana would have to basically double to get the number 3 spot from USDT, right? And the moment USDT moves down to like number 4 and has another crypto sitting in between itself and Ethereum, then I will truly believe that this is more of like a bullish market. So it's just my personal opinion. Never financial advice. Do your own DD, entertainment purposes only. But if you are new here and you would like to support me and use any of the links that I have down below, whether it's MOOMOO or Webull or Robinhood to trade, definitely check out my links down below because you can get your free stocks and also help me too. BNB is number 5, XRP at number 6. XRP, so I was like looking at it yesterday and I'm like, oh, if I want to sell something to buy something else and not take out like new money, I think it would be XRP for me because if you've been following my channel, I've been saying how I bought it in like 2019, I think 2019, and I've never sold my XRP. So obviously I'm up. And I bought when the news came out that there was the investigations. So yeah, definitely got lucky with XRP. And I think if I were to sell anything, I would get rid of XRP. Not that I don't believe in XRP. I still do. I think its all-time high was like $3 or something like that. We're at like 60 something cents. So, okay, let's say it goes back to its all-time high, which didn't happen the last boom, right? That was like the 2017 hype. And then for 2021, XRP did not surpass. But then obviously that's because there was the whole lawsuit. So XRP could go 5x, possibly. But I might go for something else that I feel like has more of a beyond 10x potential. So still have my XRP for now, but we'll see. I'm happy that Doge has been recovering, JE says. Has it though? To be honest, I feel like Doge could do a lot better. Like, I thought we would be at 15 or 20 something cents by now, to be honest. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the growth rate of Dogecoin for now. But it's okay as well because I feel like having experienced 2021, it moves really fast. It moves too quick and it's like all so fast and scary that it could slow down the next time. I feel like if it moves. Like the next time if Doge wants to get closer to 75 cents, I would personally prefer it if it went to like let's say 10 cents and then 1 week to 20 cents and then the next week to 30 cents and then 40 and then 50 and then 60 and then slow down a bit and then, so forth. Because I feel like exponential growth like it did in 2021 of April, May, and then over, right? Like SNL, GG right there. That was within like a month time or like a month and a half. And that was too much for me. And I feel like it fueled a lot of this is a pump and dump scheme type of coin. And I didn't really like that it moved that quickly. Like it was all great and well, like, when I was doing my live streams and stuff. And you see the money just growing in your own like portfolio. It was great, not gonna lie, to see it explode so quickly. But then now having experienced that, I'm like, I hope if things do move in 2024 or 2025, I personally wish that it would be slower this time, the way I described it. Like 10 cents per week is like really nice, like Solana took its sweet time to move up from like whatever it was in 2022 whenever my SO got it. And now it's like more than 10x. Strike options for crypto is insane, but you can lose money quickly, Six Lens says. Exactly. So I've experienced that with stocks, making money really quickly and then losing money really quickly. I would say overall for options, I am still up than I am down. And then same thing with stocks, up than I am down. But it's the same thing as like just for me, buying options personally is like being crazy, crazy sure about something. It's like it's like I could buy Tesla stock or I could buy Tesla option if I'm like crazy positive. And I also am willing to take the risk, which right now I'm not. I'd rather just go the safe route and just buy it. But then of course, nothing is safe in crypto. In options, I'm super down. Doge is great. 6 says Doge is still in the top 10. Syndicate Hunter says you're absolutely right. It still is. So where are we right now? Really, literally right at number 10. We need to get up there. I really want Doge to hit like at least top 5 next year sometime. I'm okay with it beating out everybody else. It is at 13 billion market cap. There's so many coins that are just like in the 2 billion, 1 billion range. It's pretty crazy. So I'm glad that it didn't, I guess, drop back down to that range. Internet computer ICP, which I'm still holding on to, is at 4 billion market cap. I'm honestly just grateful that it's somehow come back to life a little bit. Like everything in my portfolio that I'm looking at is coming back to life slightly, and it makes me grateful. It's like a bittersweet moment because I realize like, oh man, had I just like had I just put more money into the ones that I decided to hold on to when it was like in the red, I would be so much more up right now instead of just like kind of like I did, like just hold on to a lot of things and then not add to it. But obviously this is hindsight 2020. I'm like, oh, I should have added more here, I should put more Solana. Like every coin that has grown, including ICP, I technically could have tossed more money at it before it recovered even slightly to like break even more. So yeah, it's bittersweet for me, but maybe for the next one, I'll do better. Like if we get another bull run and then obviously eventually things are going to move down again, I hope to either sell everything at that point, or if I have things that are in the red and I still believe in it and I believe in those projects, I plan on actually putting more money into it so I could break even or break even quicker, right? So that's kind of my game plan. Anyways, that's what I was saying about crypto. Oh, what I want to talk about TEMU is like my little theory. I just wanted to get it out there. So recently I was watching I think it's like a CNBC video about like all these Chinese companies because like I know Temu and Shen, these companies, they've been around forever. And I had friends like that bought clothing from Shen for like years ago. And I was always just kind of like, I don't really trust it. I don't really want to buy anything online if I could just like go to the store. And I like to touch and feel the texture of my clothes usually before I buy it. And then I have clothing from like X small to medium to like extra large. So the sizes is really hard for me to assume like online. So I never really bought anything online from like Shen or anything like that. Recently I finally like tried it and I have like cardigans from it and it's all right. I would say materials like very, very flimsy. So if you're like, you know exactly what you're going to get and you want to get something like where the material is not like crazy strong. Like I would never buy a winter jacket off of like Shen, for example, but like I would get like leg warmers and something silky, smooth, light, sheer like type of thing. Like I'm okay with it. So, but it always made me curious how like these companies like Temu and Shen, like how are they able to sell people things in America for super cheap? And it's like so much cheaper than like H&M. So I finally realized that there's this, you can look it up yourself, always do your own DD. So there's this whole, I guess, how they're making so much money too is because they are literally not paying the same type of taxes to the US government as like American companies. So for example, like I think in the documentary by CNBC, and you can look it up, I think it's called like How Temu Makes Money or whatever. It talks about how H&M would have to pay like, I think they paid closer to 600 or 700 million dollars in 2022 in taxes to customs for all of their shipments, right? Because when people order stuff or your orders are over like $800, then there's like a certain tax that you have to pay. But Temu and Shen, they apparently take advantage with their cheap products of this. There's like this tax where like it's called the de minimis, DEMI, de minimis, MIMINUS, I think. But this rule basically states that like under $800 products, the customs border, I guess you don't have to pay taxes, or you don't pay as much taxes, and therefore they make money off of that. And then also the border is not as tough on them, like they're not checking the products, because it's like all these tiny little products. Like, for example, you can get fake nails for like $1, whereas like in the US you would have to pay like, I don't know, $20 for that or something. So just super tiny little packets of stuff that they ship over from China to the US and then get it to our households. Like those little things, because it can take advantage of this de minimis rule, this law, which I personally feel like a law that can be created by America can easily be changed. So from this documentary, at least that I watched, and it's talking about how they're taking advantage of this tax and how they're not paying taxes in comparison to like companies like H&M. I personally feel like companies like TEMU and Shein, it's just a matter of time before they can no longer do this. And I don't think things are going to be this cheap in the long run, because I think they basically found this like loophole and they're doing it. And obviously a lot of Americans are not happy with it, like American businesses, for example. And I just think it's just a matter of time before Congress is like, we're probably not gonna allow this to happen, either like tax them a lot and get rid of this de minimis rule for international shipments that are under 800. Maybe they'll make it like, every item though would be a little bit harder, because the documentary was also talking about how CBP would have to, like the custom border people would have to like check every single item, and that's a lot of manpower and that's a lot of money. So I don't know how long it's going to take for things to change or how they're going to change up their rules, but I just don't see things being this cheap for this long. Maybe for now, maybe for the next couple of years. And also they're just battling each other out. Like they're apparently purposely losing money. Like some of these companies, I'm not sure if it's exactly Temu or Shen or other companies as well, but um it's also like a well-known fact that they're like, a lot of these companies are like burning money, and Amazon did this in the very beginning too, to kind of like cut out other competition. So Amazon in the beginning, if you didn't know, they were just selling books, and they basically got rid of a lot of other bookstores by selling their stuff for like really, really cheap. But then because they sold stuff for really cheap, you would become like their reliable client, and then you just keep going back to them and therefore not using other companies, other platforms. So it's kind of really funny that there's a lot of Americans that are saying like, oh my god, like these Chinese companies and their like dirty tactics. But I mean, it's just, it seems to be a tactic that has worked in the past and other companies have used it. So there's that. And sorry, there's so many like random things in my head popping up. Is it Christmas? I'm so sorry. It's already past. I babbled on Merry Christmas whenever, I think when Jay said it. Merry Christmas, wherever you are. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. It is officially December 25th over here in LA. Did you hear about the new thing they are implementing for LCs? No, please share. I have cook for Christmas. You cooked for Christmas? Like you cooked food, or not happy about it? Oh, like you had to cook for Christmas. I cooked for Christmas. I made spaghetti and it was delicious. And I put my own little basil plant that I bought. I don't know if I ever showed that, but I bought like a mint. I went to a grocery store like last year and I bought like 2 pots, 1 mint and 1 basil. And then I whenever I make pasta, I try to feel like I'm making it from my own little plant. So I'll just like take some basil from it, rinse it, and then throw it into my pasta. And that's great. I honestly feel like if you don't have to be a good cook, you just need to have a lot of garlic. A lot of garlic and salt and like enough oil and meat. Just mix that all together, throw in some onions and throw in pasta. I feel like anybody could do it. Tomorrow I'm making hot is that hot wings? Sorry, like I don't know what is with this heart that's always on my, I don't understand really like the new setup for YouTube. It has this heart that covers up some of your words that are at the bottom. So whoever's message is like at the bottom, sometimes your words are covered with this like heart. But tomorrow, okay, I'm just gonna think that's hot wings. I have to guess. And barbecue wings. I love barbecue wings. I want wings right now. I shopped at TEMU. Six Len says, yeah, the quality on those are stupid cheap. Yeah, I've never bought like I heard that they sell like smartwatches and stuff on Temu. Or like I don't think they sell it on Ship, but I know they sell like smartwatches on Temu. Um, and I've not never bought anything like that. Obviously, I still support Apple and have an Apple Watch. That's just because like I don't really want to break the system if like my laptop is Apple and this is Apple. Like I kind of just want to keep within the family. But I mean, cheers to whoever gets one and it works well. I don't really have any friends that got like a watch or anything like that off of it, but I heard they're like 10 bucks. Solana, amazing rise, JE says. I know, I just wish I was part of the rise. Wait, hold on. Crypto again. Starmaster says still in top 10. Absolutely. Polkadot as well been putting up numbers. Ooh, I have not really looked at Polkadot recently. Pasta. I'm more of a lasagna stuffed shell type person. See, Ellen, I like lasagna too, but I like it when my friends make it for me or somebody else makes it for me because I'm not, I feel like lasagna is for like the people who are more less lazy than me. Pasta is definitely super easy in my opinion. Like I just throw it in there. Whereas lasagna, I have to like layer it nicely. And then also like I feel guilty if I like put cheese in it, but I all feel like I have to put cheese in it if I'm making lasagna. Whereas if I'm just like I made pasta today, I didn't put any cheese. Like I don't have like I didn't put any like cheese sprinkle on top, none of that. Oh, what do I want to tell you guys today? Really, really strange dream that I wanted to share that I feel like would make a really good movie scene. It was literally like I woke up basically to like a non-disturbing scary dream. It was actually really cool. So I'm gonna try my best to like retell this dream or this movie concept, okay? Because it felt like maybe because I'm overwatching movies. Because when I'm not doing this, I'm like working, and then when I work, I'm like multitasking. Like I'll be like selling something online and then I'll like not watch, actually watch, but like listening to like multiple different TV shows, movies, documentaries, podcasts. So I feel like there's just so much random like information in my brain every second that my dreams just get wilder and wilder. But this morning I woke up to a dream where there was this guy. I can't even picture his face anymore, but I don't know who he is. It's just like this male character, okay? So it's like this guy was stuck in a classroom or like a space, like he was stuck there. And basically, he was told that there's a bunch of supernatural creatures and ghosts there, but he can't see them, but they're about to get him. So he's like there and he's like just a regular human and he's scared that like obviously these ghosts and these monsters are about to come out. And then like somebody goes up to him. I don't know if it's like the master of the game or like another supernatural being, but basically someone goes up to him and says, "Hey, like I'm going to give you a choice. You can protect yourself. Um but I'm going to make you like super powerful. But your power will really only come to fruition when you are in danger and like one of these creatures and these monsters are going to come at you or like be near you or something like that." So then after he made this deal, I don't know if contracts were signed or what happened, but basically this dude was in this classroom place setting and then there's like all these scary creatures that didn't show up yet, but he's like there's like scary music playing in my dream. It was really weird. And then it's like a movie. Like something bad is about to happen. So after he agreed to the terms of with this other like supernatural being, um he was told like okay he'll get the strength when the bad guys come. And then like it was like just this long like you get this like far out cinematic shot of this guy and then all of a sudden his muscle starts to grow. Like it's just like uneven. You can see like something's happening because like one side of his body starts like expanding and then the other side and he's like, "Whoa, what's happening?" and he just starts getting super jacked, and the scary music starts building up more. I can't even like explain to you the scary music because it was just in my dream, and now that I'm telling you this, like it just became like a memory, whereas I can't like sing the song. But basically, scary music then started to play. He started to grow like crazy amounts of muscle, and he was so freaking out because he knows that that means like something bad is happening and something's going to come out and pop out and like either eat him or attack him or whatever. So I just thought that was really crazy because I was like thoroughly entertained by my dream, even though it was so weird. And it was like a scary movie, but more of like a action film. I kind of hope that that happens eventually in like one of the movies. I don't know. Or maybe I just gave a free idea out to somebody out there. Lucy drank some special tea. Wait, what? This? Did I drink some special tea? No. That was just a regular night. I had that dream, Ellen. Just normal me. But this is not, are you referring to this? This is cranberry juice for anybody who missed it. It looks like wine, iced wine, but it's not because I'm trying to avoid alcohol as much as I can. Doesn't do me good most of the time. This is just cranberry juice and peach lemonade, peach lemonade. Iron Hawk says bonk. Bonk, the meme coin that is on the Solana chain. What about it? What about it? Your power should be based on Dogecoin price. I guess that means now the power would not be that strong if you were in a supernatural setting and trying to beat out the other crypto bad guys. Doge right now is like, I don't know, trying to do like some bench presses or whatever people do at the gym because I haven't gone to the gym in forever. Yes, oh my god, crazy dreams. I'm sorry, the penalty is up to 500 a day. Wait, what? Ricotta and egg. Yes, ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese is really good in lasagna, right? Yeah, no, I've never made a lasagna in my life. I've only enjoyed lasagnas from other people. Um, I love it when other people cook for me. I am mostly doing the cooking, and especially like in my relationship that I'm in, I am the chef. And I wasn't supposed to be. Growing up, I always was like, I want to find somebody who does the cooking for me. So, to all of you out there, whether ladies or gents, just make sure if you don't want to cook all the time, you probably want to find a partner that loves to cook or just pretend like you don't know how to cook because I was literally okay, I know a private chef at the time, and he told me that there's this private chef, friend of friend, that told me, he's like, Lucy, if you don't want to cook later on, just make sure you never tell your future boyfriend, partner, whatever, that you know how to cook because the moment you tell them, he's like, you're pretty much screwed because they'll just let you do everything. He's kind of explaining his life because his wife, he told me, like knows how to cook, but once she realized that he's really, really good at cooking, he was like, she was like, you do everything for the rest of their lives. So he's kind of giving me a warning, but I didn't listen to that. Sorry. Okay, I almost said everything that I wanted to say except for one. Jeff Bezos. Okay. I hope I'm saying this right. Because sometimes I feel like I misinterpret things. So always on my Patreon and stuff, I always like when I do my notes. So I post like these things that like I think about or like something new I learned um on my Patreon and on other links down in the description below. Whenever I do that, I always put in parentheses like just know that everything that I say is not financial advice, and then also there could be mistakes because I might be interpreting something wrong. So take everything I say with a grain of salt because maybe I am interpreting it wrong. I don't know. I love the new Lex Friedman and Jeff Bezos podcast. I was just talking to my brother earlier and I was recommending him to listen to it as well. It's like 2 hours and I loved every minute of it. He Honestly, I never really thought much of Jeff Bezos because, like, okay, we all know he's like the super wealthy guy, started from Amazon. A lot of people hate Amazon and think Amazon's absolute evil. And a lot of people like absolutely admire this man and love him as much as Elon Musk, if not more. And I'm just always kind of like, I feel just nothing for him. I'm just like, okay, because I like Elon Musk, obviously, and Taylor Swift. I know that's a very weird mixture, but those are two my main idols, just Taylor Swift and Elon Musk. There's a lot of other people that I like in between that and admire and look up to, but those are like my two main goats. um, for different reasons. I love them for different reasons, but I also love the fact that Taylor Swift and Elon Musk are both very like cryptic. Like Taylor Swift is very cryptic in her messages to her fans and her music, and then Elon Musk is like very cryptic to like I don't know his tweets and stuff, and just a lot of things that he says, and I love it. Um, I eat it up. Jeff Bezos, I never really I guess my feelings for him were always like a 3 out of 10, and then after watching the Lex Fridman podcast, I like him more now. Now it's like a 6 out of 10. He seems like I don't wanna say down to earth because I feel like you can't have a mega yacht and really be down to earth. Sorry. Um, but I like him more. Um, he was talking about like the day one concept. Though if you Google that right now, like Jeff Bezos day one concept or day one philosophy, it talks about his customer obsession and how Bezos' day one philosophy centers around customer obsession. He believes that no matter how successful Amazon becomes, it should always act as if it's day one by putting customers first, which is, I think, a great philosophy, right? Like, even right now, like myself running my own small little e-commerce business, like I have to be doing really good with customer service. And you really do receive like a like reward for that. Like I feel like when you treat your customers well, like you treat any person well, they give back and they see that. So I think that's very important, obviously. But in the Lex Fridman podcast, he was talking about, I don't think he was mainly talking about just the business side, even though I believe in that. He was talking about like a day one concept, day one philosophy of living your life, not like every day like it's last, but which I think that's great too, like live every day like it's your last. Um, but living every day in a day one concept where you recognize that you are not the person that you were. Like, this is something I already knew, where it's like you shouldn't really stick to who you were, like if you were bad, kind of thing. Like, if you didn't like who you were for the past 50 years, 30 years, 18 years, you don't have to be that, right? Like, that's you can say that, I guess, like, or many other people talk about it probably in different ways, and maybe it's not called day one concept, it's called something else. But really, it's not just sticking to your previous identity and believing that your identity, who you were for the last 80 years of your life, is necessarily who you have to be. So, like, let's say you identify yourself as a gardener, or you identify yourself as a doctor. Like, you really shouldn't identify yourself, I think, as like just what your job is. Like, I'm doing a stream right now. I don't really even consider this my job, but like I'm doing a stream right now, but I don't consider, like, my identity is not a streamer. And I can have an e-commerce business, but my identity is not just a seller. That's not who I am. I think it's very problematic when you think of a job, which is like a means to an end, like you make money to survive, as like who you are. I think who you are is more of like how you treat others, how you, if you do cry at a certain movie or not, what gets you emotional, what makes you happy, what pisses you off. Like, those are the things that makes you you, in my opinion. But yeah, he was talking about how you should really focus on like a day one concept, in the Lex Fridman podcast. At least I think that's what I heard. Um, how I interpret it is that he was talking about, you are not, you don't have to be that person that you were. Like, you could be whatever you want to be, basically. Every day that you wake up, it's like day one. Tomorrow, basically, you can wake up and be like, I want to be a truck driver, or I want to be a cop, or I want to go and buy a crypto, even though I don't know what crypto is, right? Like you could literally do anything you want. And I know it sounds really cheesy that you could do whatever you want, but you really can do whatever you want. Just don't do bad things because I believe in karma. But there's that. And what I liked about it is what he said after, which is something I didn't really think about or don't think about often, is that he also said it's day one concept is great, but kind of like reevaluating your life constantly. Like you should, um, like every day, kind of think about like, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Like if you go to the gym every day, why are you doing that? Is that actually making you happy? Is that actually enriching your life? You may think it does, but for some people, maybe going to the gym every day of their lives, like that's just what they thought would make them happy, but it actually doesn't make them happy. Right? Like you really have to figure out what is right for you. And the second thing that he was saying is like, and just because you're super consistent with something, right? Like the way I interpret it is like him talking about how you could be very consistent in something. You could be doing something every single day of your lives and you had this routine set up, but that may not have to be the right way, or that's not something you have to forever stick with if it's no longer working for you. Um, and that's something I feel like I only started to connect with recently because even for myself, like I apply it to like, for example, working out. Um, I was doing about 200 crunches or sit-ups every single day since like beginning of 2020 through the entire pandemic to really I stopped like the beginning of this year or end of last year. Um and this whole year, I kind of just like told myself, like, oh, I feel guilty that I haven't been doing these 200 sit ups. And then near the back half of this year, I've just been doing so many different things with my life and running these different shops that I haven't been able to do my 10,000 steps even every day, which is also kind of became something that was like I added to my identity. So I kind of felt like, "Oh, I'm not doing those things." So it's like I feel guilty about it. But in reality, I could try to fit all those things in one day, but I really just took in what is priority to me now. And my priority to me now is to build up these new platforms that I created. So I think that really applies to me because I'm like, in life, I really just shouldn't feel guilty about things when I'm already making the decision to do the best I can in the moment. And you only have 24 hours in a day. So when there isn't time and something's got to give and I have to get rid of certain things, it just happens naturally. And I shouldn't really feel guilty about it. But with that being said, I really want to lose weight. And I have been overeating way too much. I overeat way too much throughout this year. I haven't been working out enough and I really want to get more fit and I want to get skinnier, which means something's got to give again. And I've got to eat less junk food. I've got to work out more. Maybe not have to do all the stuff I did before, which is like the 200 sit ups and the 10,000 steps a day and being that intense. But maybe somewhere in the middle. So, yeah, wanted to share that with you guys. But I don't think I'm the greatest at explaining things. I try. I highly recommend you guys just listen to it, even on a drive. I love Lex Friedman. I honestly think he is one of my favorite YouTubers and podcasters that I like out there. Most of the stuff that I see out there from him, I don't think I could watch everything from him. I think there's thousands of videos. I will try, but they're always very educational and very chill. Someone said Elon isn't that smart. I mean, I wouldn't I can't say that. You guys can say that. I don't know your educational backgrounds. I can't say that because I know he's more smart than me. I Am I gonna say that maybe I could be possibly more intelligent than him at other things? Like maybe I'm a better cook than Elon Musk, which is could still be like smarts in cooking. Yes, I think I could be at that, but I think majority of the things he will be better than me on. I mean, he is older, wiser, uh, makes more money. He's definitely very wise, I would say, in making money about science, how to get to space. And I would probably want him on my side if it was like survival and, near the end of the world. I should walk more and drink less alcohol, Alan says. Yeah, I mean, like, no judgment, like I have obviously overdrank way too much, hence why I don't want to drink anymore. But I do think that the health benefits on that is pretty low. Like like a little bit of wine here and there, I think at least there might be. I've read certain health benefits. Like I've read somewhere that women over the age of, I want to say 56 or maybe 58 or something like that, 50 something. They say like drinking a little bit of wine can help your heart or something, or it's like recommended. But then makes you wonder like, okay, so does that mean I shouldn't be drinking until I get to that age? And then what about the men? Like, so I don't know. And I've also heard that they say older people, it's like it's good, like a little bit of wine, but then they never say like, hey, go drink some tequila. So yeah, I don't know. I would be better if there was more like reasoning for it. Like if it made me live longer, I'd be like, yeah, sign me up all day long, day and night. How is your mm, ZZ Vermont said, how is your subservient husband doing? So first off, how do you guys know if I have a husband or not? If you're referring to my ring over here, that's actually purchased by me. It is a wedding band though, but I paid for it. But yes, you're absolutely right. I could have a husband. I could have a husband. I could be divorced. I have 3 kids here and a dog, and you would not know, because I don't share my personal information. Um, they just came out drinking every day is better than a night. Wait, what? I run, then walk. Nice. I need to run more. I ran 25 miles a day. That is a lot. 25 miles a day. I want to see what's on my watch right now. Usually I have, no, when I did do like 10,000 steps, I think it shows that I walked like 6, 7 miles, which is a lot. And then when I go to Disneyland, if I walk all day long around the park for like 10 hours, I get like 25 miles. I was gonna say 25,000 miles, 25 miles. So that's crazy. You basically run around like Disneyland. The amount of walking or running you do is like me all day long, nonstop moving around like Disneyland. Um, they just came out. Are you still holding Dogecoin? Professor H asking. I think that's pretty obvious. Like I do share on Twitter screenshots of Dogecoin prices. I mean, it's clear I have some. If I didn't, I don't think I'd care as much, or that'd be pretty random. I'm just like cheering on this thing that I don't have. So I would say yes, but I don't share anymore. My exact portfolio. So for those of you guys that want to know, I mean, my Patreon, and my paid subscriptions down in the description below. You can find me over there and wait for me to post it, or you can message me directly, and I'll be happy to share. Eat too much and curled stuff, probably why I had high blood pressure, Alan says. Oh no. My dad and my dad used to have like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and then I don't know, he like self-cured it. So I wish the same for you guys. I forgot how he did it, but at one point he was very unhealthy and ate very late at night. I don't really know if that made things worse or whatever, but he got healthier and stopped eating so much like random stuff, which is happening at one point in his life, and that must have been like I think a lot of sodium added late at night, which probably doesn't help with blood pressure. Style cool, hello. Um, when are you coming back to Europe? Uh, when was I in Europe? Oh, Spain. That was like my last Europe trip. I really, really want to go to Paris. I mean, I wanna go to Monte Carlo because I was watching, so I didn't know this, but YouTube has so many free movies, but you have to watch ads. Um, and, like, yesterday, randomly, Monte Carlo with, like, Selena Gomez and Blair from Gossip Girl, I don't even know if you guys know who that is, but randomly, this, like, movie from 2010 popped up, and I'm like, "I always wanted to watch this, but I never watched it, and I just kinda forgot about it." This is like my childhood dream. So I watched it and I realized that there's so many other free movies on YouTube, which is crazy. Um, so yeah, that's really awesome of YouTube to have all those free movies as long as you're down to watch ads, which honestly I don't really care because I'm like half watching it, half listening, half working anyways, multitasking. So ads are kind of great because it gives me time to like take the break that I want and like go use the restroom when I'm like super glued to the screen. So yeah, sorry, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the movie is called Monte Carlo, and it's basically about it's about Selena Gomez having this like doppelganger who's like like a super rich heiress, and she kind of like takes over her life for a little bit, and they go to Monte Carlo. And yeah, I always wanted to go. I've never been to Monte Carlo. And then they were in Paris for a bit, but the movie included them like the three girls. I forgot who the other actress is, but she's pretty famous too. So the three girls then go like on this European trip, and it was like this really bad trip that Selena Gomez booked. It's like this cheap trip where they take you everywhere super quickly. You barely get to see like Arc de Triomphe or anything. And I've been on one of those trips. So I actually miss going traveling again, even though I already went last year so badly that like I was thinking to myself, like, I'm down to go to Europe again. Like I'd actually be down to go to Europe, even if it is on one of those cheapy trips that like you just move everywhere super quick, but you're still there. So I went scene, I think they were on the Eiffel Tower, and I just like I was close to the Eiffel Tower taking pictures, but part of my tour group package at the time, they didn't like have time for us to actually be on in the Eiffel Tower, looking down at the little people. So I want to do that next time I'm in Paris. I really want to go to Paris again. I want to go to Italy again and make another wish in the wishing well because I feel like a huge portion of my wishes did come true. You're allowed to make like 3 wishes in the Trevi Fountain, I think. And I wish for true love, which I think happened. I wish for to be a millionaire. I think that's what I wished for at the time. I was a kid, so I didn't make the wisest choices. Actually, I still want money. So that did happen. It went away. I'm no longer a millionaire, but that did happen at one point. And I forgot what my third one was. I think my third one was like having superpowers, which didn't happen. Um, but yeah. And then they say my tour guide told me at the time that if you make 3 wishes, you will come back to the fountain naturally with the love of your life. So I've really been trying to make that happen eventually with my SO and take them there and go there together. And then that would make all 3 things happen. I saw, yeah, blood pressure medicine. Wait, what? Australia. Oh, like when do I wanna go to Australia? I've never gone to Australia. My mom and my brother have been to Australia, and I really, really wanna go because their pictures looked amazing. So, I think Australia for me sometime within the next 3 years, depending on how great all these random little investments I recently put in turn out. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being a part of my very long stream that's hitting an hour. I have to go now attend to my other side hustles. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my Christmas countdown stream where it was total fail because I went 8 minutes past Christmas and then realized and told you guys Merry Christmas. But regardless, love you all. I don't know if you guys know how much I really appreciate every single one of you, um, even the haters for the views, but mainly those of you guys that, I know you care and I know you're just trying to support me and help me and just be nice and write nice little comments that I don't feel like I deserve in my short videos and just having fun on my platform. I really appreciate it. If you want to go the extra mile, since it's the holidays, help me share my videos with your friends and family. And hopefully that way I can gain more subscribers and one day get back to what I had on the channel that I lost, which I do believe I can get there eventually. It might take a couple years, but wish me luck. And I wish all of your investments, if you are invested in stuff, will hit the moon. And if you're not an investor, that's totally cool too. And just all your wishes and endeavors come true through hard work, of course. Peace out, guys.